Welcome to No Signal Gaming, and this is No Signal Gaming Jake, and this is
No Signal Gaming Lee.
And today this is the first episode of our new series called
Comic Conversations, well, comic book conversations if you want to be technical.
So today, what's our topic, Lee?
Our topic is, if we could have any superpower in real life, what would it be?
Okay.
So, you first.
Okay, I think I'd love the power to fly.
The power of flight. Why would you choose that?
Well, okay. Number one, greenhouse gases are cut down.
Now, you say the power of flight. What kind of flight? Because you could think of like maybe Superman is more of like he's like a big jump in it.
He's like bends gravity a bit.
Yeah. Or are you thinking just like sort of like a plane just flying?
No, I'd say Superman kind of flying.
Crazy powerful.
Because then if it was like a plane and have to do a giant run up to actually take off.
Yeah, that would be ridiculous.
Yeah, if I was Superman, I could just go.
Yeah. Me, honestly, even though if you've watched some of the videos, you'd know that Spider-Man is my favourite superhero. You can't just say Spider-Man's powers because he's got a few.
It's like saying Wolverine.
Yeah.
Would you take his claws or his invulnerability?
Or his feral senses.
Yes.
Because he can smell. Honestly, I'm thinking of a villain. I'm thinking Clayface's powers.
So like shapeshifting.
Like morphing into anyone, because you could get away with proper like stuff like that. Because you could just do anything, turn into anyone.
It's like
Mystique sort of thing.
Yeah, that's kind
of
that's quite good. Okay,
other than that, spider sense.
Spider sense. So you just know when something's gonna happen.
Because you could just you could annoy someone. Someone goes for bully you. You back chat to them. They go for it. You just tingle. You've moved out the way. If you've seen Spider-Man 1, that's what I'm referencing. You sort of moves out the way.
It's like I can't even remember the guy's name who played Spider-Man.
No, we're Toby
Maguire, was it?
Toby Maguire.
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. Yes.
Definitely new Spider-Man's better than that.
Yes, with
Garfield.
Oh, what's his name? So much stupid like that. I don't know.
Leave a comment for his name. Okay. Okay. Would you have any power just instead of shapeshifting? What would you be second choice? I'd say. Oh, you just said
spider sense.
Okay. What would be your third choice?
See now, you could get away with web swinging, but then you could also say that if you're thinking of the comic books, the shooters.
Yeah, well, because he only really shot him from his body in like the Spider-Man trilogy.
Yeah, I think in his couple of comics books he did it as well. Yeah,
it was more of the web cartridges.
Yeah,
that's a bit like gadgets more than.
It's more of like a Batman sort of thing. What would your second choice be? I said mine.
I'd say probably the power to control Earth.
What's that mean?
So I can pick rocks from the ground up, something like.
So the force.
Yeah, basically a force.
You're thinking of Avatar, the last Airbender with the Earth moving.
Well, yeah, a bit like that, I guess.
It is just like that, moving Earth with your hands.
But you think about it, I could literally get away with two powers there. I could have flight and rock, because I could jump on a rock and just fly it around. This is a bit like Terra from Teen Titans, I'm guessing.
Yeah,
getting that.
That's sort of fair enough. You could get away with that.
Okay. What power wouldn't you want?
If the power I wouldn't want would be Flash's power. Because if you're talking about real life aspects, running fast isn't really very needed apart from sports.
You just say Usain Bolt is a superhero.
Yeah. And the G-force alone would probably just kill you.
Yeah,
if you're running, your skin would be ripped from your body, which isn't very nice at all.
I probably
think of the third. I would have Wolverine's regeneration powers,
because then you could live forever as well.
Yeah, despite the fact that you see people die, but I mean,
get over it.
Yeah, you could just spider sense. You could just get away with stuff. People could beat you up and you'd be fine after a while.
Yeah, but I'd say what power wouldn't I want?
Well, you say that. I think about what power I wouldn't want. Another one.
Power I wouldn't want, mainly, I'd say. I I don't really think I'd want spider sense.
Why?
Because yeah, you can just like
it's
you can,
warning you of danger.
Yeah,
depending on what comic you're reading, it's either every time something happens near you or it's danger.
Yeah, it'd just be like when you're going, like, say if you went out on the street and you're like, oh, another day, oh shit, something bad's about to happen.
Yeah, and that's good because if you were normally just walking,
it ruins your day though.
Yeah, but if you're walking round and you don't know, say a car's coming at you, you're crossing the street, a very new, smooth sort of motor, soundless car comes and hits you, without the spider sense, you're not going to be able to sort of know it's coming.
Fine, but
what power I wouldn't want is Hulk's power.
Hulk?
Bruce Wayne.
Oh,
Thinking of turning into a giant ugly monster.
It's like, wife, you made me the wrong sandwich!
Just turn into a giant green monster. Yeah, you wouldn't get away with that very well.
It'd just be the worst, like, you'd lose your job instantly if you just got angry.
If you're thinking more the original Hulk films, The Incredible Hulk, less of the Avengers sort of I'm always angry sort of thing.
Yeah, it's like, do you know how I control anger? I'm always angry.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, if you were always angry, you'd always be the Hulk.
Yeah. It's just stupid. Andrew Garfield.
Ah, Andrew Garfield.
That's his name. Just clicked in. I was thinking of it the entire time in the back of my head.
But you say that like you won't want to turn, but like someone Abomination, he has no choice. He has to always stay as.
Yeah, that's true.
So he could, even if he calms down, he's still.
I know what you mean, yeah, but it's still sort of the
then again,
point.
Hulk was like the only perfect.
He wasn't. I wouldn't say it's perfect. It's more of a mistake.
Mm.
It's the perfect mutation.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying. I see what you mean. Mm.
Now, spider sense. We were just talking then. You can come with a superpower, but to gain the superpower, how would you get that sort of like spider sense? Would you have to be bitten by a radioactive spider, or would you?
Well, I don't think there's many people who, like, radiate spiders.
Not in real life, no. But then I was saying, like, your flying powers, you're not from Krypton.
Like, say, if we were like the X-Men, we're born with it.
Yeah, like mutations, we don't we have it, but we don't know we have it until later on.
Yeah, so
I prefer that.
I think I'd like that.
But then you get the discrimination and sort of racist views of mutations.
And then you could just end up having a shit power.
Yeah. Like, I'd say Rogue is a pretty terrible power.
Because she can, like...
She doesn't have a power, she steals other people's powers.
Yeah, and she can't even touch anybody.
If there's no one there, she's pretty much weak.
She, like, never give, like, a person a high five, like, properly.
Not in real life. You'd sort of be like... dead. Instantly.
Then again, if you like say like was in the like 1970s like TV show, she had like Miss Marvel's powers and like she had flight and strength and everything.
Yeah, but then you still can't touch people, can
you? Yeah, you can't.
You wouldn't bumping into someone. Well, okay, you can wear gloves, but that's still pretty stupid.
It'd just be like wearing one of those big like snow jackets all the time.
Big massive snow jacket, like a mask, goggles, a gas mask, so you can't touch anyone with anything.
But the thing, like mutation and that, you might not even have a power. Like you just like be hideous, like
you like Toad.
Like Toad, but like
you can stretch his tongue, but still hideous.
Okay, like I'm thinking like more in like First Class, like the film. He had like big feet, like Beast did, didn't he? Yeah, and
although it did evil him a bit.
It did help him a bit, but it's more. That's like what the whole thing, like not the whole film was about, but like a sideline was a film of not looking like that.
Yeah,
and then he ends up turning into a big furry monster.
He turns blue,
mm.
which didn't really help.
Yeah. And also, like you say about the races, so always like people want to stop him. Like in the third film, you were like shooting him with like antidotes and everything. And Magneto lost his powers and he was upset.
He lost them. We're still not sure about that.
It's like
because at the end he moves that chest piece, doesn't he?
Yeah. There actually is going to be a new X-Men film as well. X-Men 4. So
they're not do that.
They are actually doing this in film.
But it's just terrible.
Yeah. Well, do you know what's even more terrible?
The storyline doesn't make any sense.
Do you know what's more terrible?
Yeah.
They say Professor X is coming back alive.
How is that possible?
I have no idea. It's like saying it's a bit like how Jean Grey, though, she came back alive.
But then again, you're thinking Coulson from the Avengers. He got thingy, didn't he, with the spike?
Yeah.
And then he's alive for the new
the new Avengers. How the hell did he live through that?
I'm thinking more. It was more of a secrecy thing because if you the new program is like welcome to level 7. I think that's some sort of like secret thing of. But then again, you think in the Avengers, you're thinking, how did he survive with that? How does a man turn into a big green monster?
Yeah, good point.
How does?
Then again, comic books aren't real.
They aren't exactly amazingly realistic.
But like, I've heard like you said in a new Spider-Man film as well.
Which one? The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah. Okay. What like? Okay, you're saying The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Oh god, we've gone on to.
We've gone from superpowers now. No, just this is actually linking with a thing like. We're talking about because Rhino's going to be in it, we've heard.
Yeah.
So Rhino is actually going to have this suit like moulded onto him,
That's the new question. We're going from superpowers to films to now games. Of the Amazing Spider-Man game, they were given access to go on from the film.
Yeah.
But Rhino was in the film. He was a cross-species. Do you know? He was part of the cross-species Rhino human.
See, would we count that as a power?
No, well, it's cross-species. It's like saying Spider-Man's powers aren't real.
Good point. Well, like say, Rhino's like say Spider-Man though. He was like out of the statistics a perfect specimen.
Yeah.
Because all the others like died.
Yeah, most of them.
Or he became
I
like.
think like Scorpion, and Rhino. They're sort.
Oh, Lizard as well.
Lizard
was kind of he kept curing and uncuring, but you had to keep taking his stuff, didn't he? Like
that wasn't much of a genetic mutation. As more.
So like Spider-Man was the only one who actually gained like proper power.
Yeah, by accident, going into a room full of spiders or by choice.
Yeah.
Enough.
But like I was just saying, like if he's like Rhino, you're gonna think he's gonna have this suit moulded onto him.
Like in, I think it was Spectacular Spider-Man.
Yeah, like
the cartoon as well. That where it was. He was a big Russian mercenary, which turned into a.
It's like we wouldn't want that like all the time, would we? This big suit, what can never come off.
Depends if it's a mistake or not.
Well,
I think it's more if you can mention maybe Kingpin.
Yeah.
Maybe if you gain money from it, you would.
Like
he probably hires him in his mercenary.
Actually, saying that, Kingpin, I swear, in the old TV shows, he had Rhino's suit on. At one point, I swear he had his suit on.
You could. And then next thing, class is a superpower, money. It's not really a superpower, but you think Lex Luthor and Kingpin, the big
Batman.
Batman.
It's like, yeah, okay. Like superheroes, like we automatically consider Iron Man as a superhero.
That's my favourite bit where in Avengers. What are you without the suit? Billionaire, playboy, and stuff like that. That was dead good. That was well played.
But yeah, I have to say, you still consider it. So yeah, you could say money is a power because without that money, he can't have his big suits and everything, can he?
No.
And when we the news, and that we actually saw. Well, saying that, his suit is powered by his art reactor, like in his heart, isn't he? In his chest.
He did invent that. To
be fair, and it is like the power like to control his suits and everything.
And then you say, well, without the money, but he created the suit in
a cave.
In a cave,
and it was powered by.
He didn't have any money then. He just had materials. To be fair, the terrorists had money to buy equipment, thinking he was building a bomb.
But it was his equipment, Tony Stark's equipment.
He built in the cave.
And then, like saying that though, in this latest Iron Man film, he actually took it out of his chest, didn't he? So can we
spoilers? Don't say that. You can't spoil the entire.
Well, this is probably going to be this video is going to be.
If you haven't watched it, you obviously aren't that big of a fan.
Yeah, but anyway, yeah, he's having it taken out of his chest. Can we consider that him no longer being a superhero?
Depends if you can power the suits without it.
Well, you can probably stick one in.
He just say at the end, Tony Stark will be back.
Yeah.
At the very end of the film.
Did he?
Yeah. At the very end of the film, after he's been talking to Bruce Banner, he says at the very end, Tony Stark will be back. So he's either going to be back as.
Wait, he spoke to Bruce Banner?
Do you know the entire sort of conversation he has when he's talking? He's seen Bruce Banner as a therapist because Bruce Banner's a doctor, isn't he?
So is this after the credits?
This is after the credits, yes.
I flipping missed that.
Do you not know? He was like
no. I always thought it was after the short credits. You know when he had that big like scene. I thought because normally I see him after the short credits. I don't like.
Yeah, but you think of all the films, like the Iron Man film, the Hulk film, the X-Men films, all of them are linked to the Avengers. You've got to think, even it's every Marvel film will have a sort of prequel to that.
Yeah, but it's like saying that though. You're saying I haven't seen it. You didn't see the Thanos thing after the end of the Avengers film.
No, I didn't look at that.
So you didn't see
Then again, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it at the cinema, so I didn't wait till the end of the credits.
Yeah, good point. But yeah, that is it. But sure. You got anything else that we can talk about now?
I think we've extended the subject
A bit too much.
What superpower would you have to films, to games, back to films, and then
Yeah.
I think we've extended this 15-minute video longer than it should have been.
Yeah. So anyway, this was the first episode of Comic Book Conversations. If you want to ask us any questions, leave them in the description below. Comments.
Leave them in the comments below, or go to the Facebook fan page.
Yeah, go to the Facebook fan page, like it and friend the page, and you can find out the latest No Signal Gaming news.
And yeah, when we upload videos and stuff like that.
And this was No Signal Gaming, and thanks for watching.
Yes, thank you. Goodbye.